Hey guys, it is your girl Kendra, and I am here to record my first video in such a long time. So I've been putting this off for a while. I have procrastinated and procrastinated and procrastinated on this. And guess what? I even recorded another video and I went to look for it and it was deleted. I was about to get up and say, you know what, just forget it. So I actually have two cameras going at the same time because I said, you know what, technology will not fool me again. I mean, that video was beautiful. I must say myself, it was beautiful. So if you are new here and you probably don't know me because I haven't done a video in so long, I am Kendra Nix. I am a wife, a mom, a NICU mama, a business owner, a daughter, a sister, a friend, your favorite cheerleader. I am all of that, okay? And I said, you know what? It is time for you to stop procrastinating. Let's get these videos out. I got topics for days. My notepad, just like many of you, and your iPhone is probably like jam-packed with ideas. Let them out. Let them out. You may reach somebody that you didn't know you were able to reach. So let them out. And that's what I'm doing today. So I was going to start with a business video. And this week is Black Maternal Health Week. It's from April 11th through the 17th. Today is the 14th. Didn't realize that until I actually looked at the calendar. And I said, you know what? I will drop my video about how to bounce back after the NICU. I hope I can remember what I said because I do not have a script. I have some key points that I had. And like I said, the first video was fire. So I am praying that this one could be fire too. Okay. So like I stated, I am a NICU mama. A little bit about my experience. So here we go. I have a healthy baby boy. However, it took a lot to get to that point. Let's rewind a little bit. So my water broke and our little bundle of joy came in June. His due date wasn't until October. So process that. June to October. So once he was born, the next step was you got to sit in the NICU till he's ready to be delivered. Okay? I did not know what the NICU was or what they actually did until we were there. I did not know what a neonatologist was until we were in the NICU. I will be honest. And then all you probably are like, she right, you don't know all those terms until you're in the NICU, until you are experiencing your NICU experience. Now, I want to say this for the moms that are currently going through your NICU experience. Log off this video. This is not for you now. This is for you after you have gone through that. I'm going to give you some tips. So right quick, don't join any of those Facebook groups. Don't join any group for support. Don't Google anything. It will send you down a rabbit hole and it will make you bat beep crazy, okay? I think that was one thing that kept me from losing my mind because I just tapped into my resources and my support system because they're going to be throwing terms at you left and right and you're going to be like, do what? And you're going to go to say, okay, Google, what is this? And Google's going to say, well, this term means this, and that means the baby will do this. And you're like, what? My baby's going to have 10 extra fingers? Like, what? No. Google's going to give you the textbook of it, not the, this is my baby. Everyone's NICU experience is different. Your baby is different, and your prayers are different. Your prayers are specific to your baby. So log off. Go through your experience. It's easier said than done. I know I've been there, done it. Like I said, he was born in June. His due date was October. Count the days. How many days is that? 123. Okay. So this is how you bounce back after your NICU experience. I'm going to say, yes, this is Black Maternal Health Week. As you can tell, I am chocolate. Okay. So I am 100% an advocate for all mothers, especially Black moms, getting the care that they need. The United States, we got a long way to go before we get like other countries when it comes to maternal health, period. However, Black maternal health is different, okay? We shouldn't have to go through what we go through in certain medical facilities because of the color of our skin, okay? Period, point blank. So, to that point, I am grateful that my medical team, from my OB to my neonatologist to the nurses in the NICU to the respiratory therapists in the NICU, were amazing. We had an experience that was none other, because you hear the stories, you see the stories, and you're like, oh my God, that, don't do that to my baby. Do what? My experience was definitely a long one in the NICU. Most people will say, yeah, I went to NICU every 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, you leaving? I see y'all later. Our experience was 123 days. And I know people have had longer. So we are grateful for our team that we did not have to have a story that was not favorable. I think that's the word I want to use, but we're going to flow with it for right now. Okay. So grateful for my Piedmont Columbus family in Columbus, Georgia. Thank you to them. Thank you to UAB in Birmingham, Emory. Can you tell we were everywhere? So let's get into the video of how mama can bounce back after her NICU experience. So self-care is the first part. You got to figure out how to carve out self-care for yourself after you have gone through your NICU experience. Because when you're in your NICU time, you're only thinking about your baby. Who's touching my baby? Who's with my baby? For us, it was only myself and my husband allowed in the NICU during our stay. They were still under their COVID restrictions. So just me and Big Daddy could come in. So there was no one I could pass off to say, hey, well, my sister is coming to sit with him. It was mama or dada, okay? There was nobody else. So that does take a toll on yourself. And on top of that, once he was discharged on oxygen, okay? So that's another thing that we had to factor in. So it was, how am I, as mama, as wife, as everything I named earlier, going to take some time to myself? Well, I know social media says self-care is going to that spa. Ooh la la. It is great that you can go to the spa if you can. But for those of us who could not or cannot, going to the grocery store by yourself is self-care. Give yourself grace. For me, I'm a Dunkin' girl. Mama runs on Dunkin'. Okay, Dunkin' Donuts, that's my slogan. If y'all take it, please make sure y'all put me in a commercial. Like I said, I got a baby. College. Mama runs on Dunkin'. So self-care for me was like, hey, just driving by myself without a car seat in the back, going to Dunkin' Donuts and sipping on a cup of coffee by myself. Self-care looks different because you don't know what your life is going to be like after the NICU. We were not expecting to bring baby boy home on oxygen. So what does that mean? He can't go to daycare. He's home. He's with you. He's with hubby. He's with you, hubby. That's it. A family that comes, and so when family comes, your support system. Hey, can you watch him while I go to the grocery store? Or can you just watch him while I just go sit and just people watch and realize that my name is Kendra today and not Mama? It's self-care looks different for everyone. So make sure you carve out that time for you. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. Baby, if you get a day, I'm jello, okay? Pick me up, all right? We can do it together. But don't forget self-care. That is important for you when you have gone through pregnancy, delivery, NICU, postpartum. Your body has gone through all of that and some, okay? So you have to figure out how to carve out that time for yourself. I'm a little cheat sheet, okay? Next on the list, mental health. Just like your vehicle needs a tune-up, needs to tune up too. I'm serious, guys. I'm thankful for the benefits I had at that time because I used them. I used every benefit there was. That's my mama, y'all. I used every benefit there was for myself, my family, and the baby. I did. Because you really don't plan for 123 days to stay in a NICU. Like, I was not expecting my water to break at 5 months. I was out there living my best life just to come from New York with the family. I was just like, oh, I'm about to have me a hot pregnant mama summer. And my water broke. Nothing I could do, nothing I could have done to prevent it. It broke. And like I said, grateful for the medical team I had before the NICU and NICU team also. So tap into your mental health benefits. You are going through a lot. Even just pregnancy alone. If you just had a baby naturally 9 months, get you a mental tune-up because you're going through your postpartum and you have to realize you have changed. You're not the same person you were when you did your little first social media post with your little bump. Oh, I'm pregnant. I love those posts. They're the funniest thing because everyone does it. You can't help it, okay? You're not the same from that time to now. You're not. So definitely tap into those resources for that mental health because just like your car needs a tune-up, you do too. I know there are tons of people out there on social media saying that they're therapists, they do this, they do that. Always ask for referrals from people who may have had that counselor. Now, they may not tell you about their session, but they may say, I switched in 2 weeks, or I don't want to give you his or her number because you don't need to jam the line when I need them. When they say something like that, you be like, girl, give it up. Okay, I need that information. But tap into resources to figure out if this person is someone that'll fit you and make sure that they understand NICU mama's journey before you continue on with them. Because they probably can speak to maternity, but they may not be able to speak to the NICU experience. Does that make sense? And also, Google reviews are nice. However, your mama can leave a Google review for you too. So make sure you ask for references and all that good stuff if you can. Next, health. So, like I stated earlier, baby boy came home on oxygen. So mommy was not hopping back into the gym. No, she was not. I wasn't even thinking about the word gym. I wasn't even thinking about the word walk. It was, you got to do what you got to do to make sure you can make to appointments on time. Make sure that his alarms are not going off because you're like, wait a minute, why is this moving? Oh, because he's wiggling his foot. Like, if you're a NICU mom and you brought a baby home on oxygen, you understand that wiggle of the foot will send you up the wall because you're like, really? Y'all can't make a sensor that if he wiggles his toe, it's okay. So you don't think about your health, your bounce back, none of that when you're in the NICU. And then once you get home, depending on what your situation is, you don't think about any of that. You're not like, oh, well, I need to go to the gym today. No, you're like, I just need to wake up, take a shower, and take care of this baby today. That's really it. But now, okay, because the now looks different. Like I said, this is a bounce back after your NICU experience. The now looks different because now you can say, well, I have a gym membership. I'm not trying to go in there and be a bodybuilder. I'm going in there to be a Kendra builder, okay? Build me back to what I feel is a healthy version of me, mentally and physically, okay? So your gym may be, okay, I took Usain Bolt because he's a taller now, okay? And if you put him down, he gonna pew. I took Usain Bolt to the park and I walked a mile. Check mark, I worked out this week. Give yourself grace. You just went through so much and you have to baby step yourself back into getting into what you probably used to do. Like I used to ride my bike. I have a bike. I used to ride my bike faithfully. I touched my bike one time since I've been, Okay, I really want to write it again. However, comma, I'm giving myself grace. So I'm giving myself grace with that. If we play in the yard and I'm out there chasing him, once again, Usain Bolt, okay? If I'm chasing him, picking up after him, all the good stuff that you do as a mom, check mark, I have worked out. That's a full body workout. I have squatted at least 50,000 times. An ab workout, arms, because, mommy still got to hold them. Dad still got to pick them up, okay? Yes, give yourself grace. If you go to the gym, kudos. I've been to the gym. And during that time, it was great because I was by myself. That little self-care part we talked about, I was able to detach from everything. I had my little music that cuss. You know that playlist from your college days. So you're like, look, if you look. And you're on the treadmill. Yeah, I had that going. And I had that time to zone out and just think about nothing but the lyrics. And, oh, that's what those lyrics say now? Wow, we listen to some rough music. But anyways, I had that time. So give yourself grace. Like I said, don't try to go in there and be a bodybuilder. Be a you builder. Make sure that you're able to function for you. And also, tap into some great sneakers. I can't remember the last time I wore some heels. Like I said, we had a lot of appointments to go to. So I had to have some great sneakers. I actually just got a new pair, some New Balance that feel great on my feet. Ooh, 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 ooh. You can't tell me nothing with those shoes on, okay? Before I had some Pumas that my beginner adult would fuss at me because you need some new shoes, your feet changing. Okay. So needless to say, tap into some great shoes. Everybody's foot is different. Your body changes after you have a baby, during, all that fun stuff. So you have to figure out who you are again. Because for some of you, for the first time, you added the tag of mama to your name. So make sure you figure out who you are. Self-care, mental health. Those are the top three. Okay? Okay. So we're going to call this financial health. In America, everyone's maternity leave is different. We don't have universal maternity leave, and there is no such thing as NICU maternity leave. If there is, can I get back pay? No, but seriously, we don't have that here, and no one plans, once again, for their NICU experience to be a thing. Nobody, you can plan because sometimes before, hey, this may happen because, I don't know, there's so many different variables when you're pregnant. Good God Almighty. I didn't realize till I was pregnant that my water broke early. All this, like I said, all this is new. Did not plan for it, could not plan for it. Life happened. It happened. Went through it. I'm on the other side, thank God. Okay. But you don't plan for this. So all you think is when I got pregnant, I have maternity leave. You don't have NICU leave in your benefits. However, in your benefits, depending on who you work for, I had great benefits. There may be additional services for you. One service that we didn't know, that I told my husband when we were in NICU, we had a nurse without benefits. I need to reach out to her now that I think about it and send her an updated picture because we became family. She checked in on us because, once again, they know that I had a baby because guess what? They got that bill, okay? And they know I had a baby. So next thing you know, we have this nurse calling us saying, hey, this is part of your benefits package. Oh, really? Didn't know. I am here if you have questions, if there are things you don't understand that your doctor may have told you, or if there's resources that you need. You don't have to search for that stuff. Give me a call. I will work on that for you. What? Yeah, so tap into your benefits, your financial health, depending on your situation. You may be a millionaire. Cool, fine, happy for you. You may be middle class. Whatever your situation is, your financial health, you need to Figure out how you can bounce back from that. Like I said, tap into your benefits, exhaust those things. If you're someone like me, I only went to the doctor for my annuals, my yearly checkup, so they can be like, everything's thumbs up, continue what you're doing, we'll see you in next year. All right, I'm out. I've had a lot of hospital and doctor appointments in the past 2 years for a lifetime, okay? Because once again, you have maternity leave, but you don't have NICU leave. So you may not be able to keep a job after the baby's home. Once again, our little Usain Bolt came home on oxygen. He can't go to daycare. Mm-mm. And then a lot of times the doctors tell you once your baby's been in a NICU that daycare may not be an option for them for a while because their immune systems are different from a baby that was in the mommy's tummy for 9 months. I'm far from a doctor, so check with your doctor before you say, well, this girl on YouTube said, I didn't tell you that. Okay? So you may not be able to keep your job. However, like I stated earlier, business, I do, if you look at my YouTube, the old stuff, because I'm just bouncing back, okay? I do help people figure out business and how to turn their passion into a profit. You know, that's the thing we like to say. But it's the truth. You may have been an accountant at your job, but you can't keep that job because you had to stay home with baby. You may need to learn how to pivot into being a business owner, being a bookkeeper, or still being an accountant during your own business. A lot of people don't know how to set that up. Well, that may be an option for you. Or you just don't know how to look for jobs now. Because I'm going to tell you, there are a lot of mommy boards or return to work job boards out there. I pause for a reason because they're out there. The reviews on some of them, I don't know how the investors are still investing in them. That's another topic for another day. However, you may need to reformat your resume and put, hey, I got this big break in my resume because, hey, I was pregnant, had a baby came home on oxygen, couldn't work. You'll be surprised of how many HR representatives rather you say that than have that big gap. And this is a way to word it. There's so many tools out here for your resume. So just Google that. So there's options for your financial health. Use your benefits to see what other benefits you may have so you won't deplete savings, 401ks, all the A's, financially stuff that you may or may not have. So tap into your benefits so your financial health won't plummet during your NICU experience because, like me, you may be in the NICU for a minute. You know, thank God for benefits. However, I know my story is not someone else's story. So definitely look at resources in your area. If you are unemployed and you say, you know what, I don't want to go back to doing that same job. I need some training. Go to your local career center and ask them about the, drawing a blank, here we go. WIOA, WIOA program. Just Google that and just type in Google WIOA in your state or your city and state and see what comes up so you'll know what benefits you have out there from your local government for new training. Hey, I want a career change. I want to do this. I want to do that. See if that's available to you. There are programs out there for free for unemployed people. So tap into that. So your financial health won't have to plummet. When you're home and you have 2 seconds of self-care, use that Google time not to scroll social media, but to Google, hey, how can I become an accountant? How can I become a plumber? You'll just be surprised of the benefits that are out there for free because your tax dollars are paid into this, okay? Next, all right, we are going into your support system. You will need it. Once you leave the NICU, you will need your support system once you need to leave the NICU. Period, point blank. So your support system, you will need to tap into it. So your support system can be husband, partner, sister, friend, church, small groups. Now you can tap into those Facebook groups, okay? But just know sometimes is a lot. Okay, mommy groups can be a lot because once again, your experience is not the same as my experience, her experience, his experience, their experience. Okay, so but you will need your support group. Prime example, you want to go to the store, you may need somebody to sit with the baby. Guess what? Use your support group. Or you just need 5 seconds just to yourself, or you need somebody just to talk to and you don't want to talk about the baby. It is okay not to talk about the baby. Like current events, sports, what's going on in your life. I don't want to talk about the baby. It is okay. You have that right, because you have to be you. I won't say 100. I'll say 99.9 because having a baby takes you through a lot. You have to be 99.9% you in order to take care of anybody else. That's including husband, friends, babies, parents, you name it, okay? You have to be you in order to take care of anybody else. So you're going to need your support system. That Dunkin' run, you may say, hey, I know you're here for a couple of minutes, but it's okay if I go to Dunkin' Donuts. Can you watch the little one? It is okay to do that, okay? I know here in my area, we have a Mommy's Day Out program where you can drop your kid off from 8:30 to 12. And it's not daycare because, you pay as you go. So that's a cool program for when you need a couple of hours to yourself. You got to have an appointment, or you got to have an appointment with yourself just to go sit in the park and be like, I'm here. I did it. Or to go to the gym to focus on your physical health, or to go to a therapist, get some Dunkin', get some wine, okay? It is okay. That's a support system you can use. Outsource your services. Laundry, if you can, outsource your services. There are a lot of places, and I'll put the one that I use in comments, that come pick up your laundry and drop it off. Hello, somebody. Baby clothes. What? Have you washed baby clothes? It's like, how many pairs of pants did we go through this week? This is like a month worth of clothing for 1 week. Outsource that stuff. Tap in your support system. Your support system may look different than mine. Okay. You may say, Kendra, I have no one. Okay, then that's when you tap into your resources in your community. Okay, a Mommy Day Out program, someone to do laundry, someone to clean the house. That's a goal of mine. Okay, tap into those resources because, and I'm going to get into my last point now. Thank you. I didn't realize this video was going to be this long, but I think it's a great video for that bounce back after your NICU experience. When you are able to be 99.9% you, then you can survive and thrive and take care of that baby girl or boy that you have. Because guess what? They feed off of mommy. These first months, first years are so crucial to their development. So if mommy is down and out, baby can't survive and thrive, okay? Baby needs you. And then your husband, significant other, your family needs you too. So understand that everything that we talked about today, from self-care, remember self-care is going to look different for me and you, two different people. Mental health, tap into your therapist. Everyone needs a mental tune-up. Physical health, baby, if you walk that baby in this yard for more than 30 minutes, check it off. You have moved your body from head to toe, literally. Even your neck muscles is getting to work out, okay? Because the swing of the head, where are you? Okay. Financial health, if you need to pivot in career, tap into your career center, pivot into starting your own business. Hello, I'm Kendra Nix. And then you go into your support system. These are things that, in my opinion, any NICU mom would need to do to bounce back from that NICU experience, because it's a roller coaster. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Anybody I know that's pregnant, my prayer is that they have a healthy, happy, whole pregnancy, okay? Because the NICU can take you. It can. But with your support system, prayer, and understanding that this is just a season you're going through, you can bounce back better than ever. Because I was strong before the NICU, but baby, after going through the NICU experience, whoa, day, watch out, world. Here I am. So that is all for today. And in the comments, if you need resources that I didn't name, I may know of some. Just drop it in the comments. I don't mind helping another NICU mama because I know you're dealing with a lot, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially. It's a, you're dealing. So I get it. To those mamas going through it right now, I love you, praying for you, sending virtual hugs. And I will also list the resources that I talked about in the comments too for you. And until next week, Thursday, because I'm holding true to posting a new video every week. Topics range from business to mommy relationships. I'm here for you. Until next week, peace out.